Before we get into this morning's update, I would like to go over a quick synopsis of what is transpiring in this morning update. As we talked about yesterday, the Thanksgiving surge, or what looked like we were approaching that push to $1.78. I think I've said it until I've been blue in the face. I don't know why this is at 180, but it's $1.78. And we have touched our technical target here, at least the short-term one, of $1.78. I had more hate yesterday across my platform than I've had in a long time. People tell me, do I understand technical analysis? Do I understand how to read a chart? It never pumps on Thanksgiving. We won't go up before Black Friday. We always get discounts. Tom, I don't know what you're talking about. You're too FUD-filled, all this other crap. And I'm like, literally in the comments, I'm like, I didn't really respond to any of them, but it's like, wow. I can't believe so many people don't want to make the easiest money they're going to make all day. And it was at $1.44 when I put that update out. I got some messages. Tom, see, you're wrong. It's down to $1.41 when it was in the consolidatory zone, which made the beautiful W reversal at $1.41, which is what I couldn't believe. People were mocking it. And then it comes all the way up. It comes up to the $1.78, which, if you want to talk about what I've been saying for the last several days, just for the ones who, so you can hear me in the back here. If you want to make money, just listen. XRP targets $1.78, 25% surge. If $1.41 holds, what did it drop to? $1.41 after my update, right? XRP holds $1.43, but then that was the earlier signal. But it's still the same range, but a 25% surge to $1.78. XRP on verge of 24% surge to $1.79. XRP 27% move to $1.78, not invalidated. XRP has not invalidated. Look at all these last couple days. I mean, that's all I've been talking about. XRP targets 24% move to $1.78. XRP very close to signaling 26% surge to $1.80, and then I honed in a little bit deeper. XRP ready for next move, burst to $1.71 to $1.77. I've been talking. How long have I been talking about this move? So, and then I honed in on it the last 4 days at the $1.78 mark because that's where it seemed like. So a lot of people are asking where we're going. Let's appreciate where we've been first. And I'm going to go through and say hi to some people because I'm going to get some of the audience that gave me a hard time on Thanksgiving nonetheless. A minute to stew here. If you aren't in XRP now, eat your heart out. When I admired or advised the audience to buy at 34 cents when I thought it was the last time it should hit here according to this uptrend. And this, at the time, it was about a 6.25 year consolidation. Descending consolidation, which is super bullish. I said buy with me. I bought 10,000 shares. That's what I based it on. I have a little bit more, but I just based my fundamentals because I thought the general public, we could do it together with 10,000 tokens. And I don't need 100,000 or 500,000 because when I say XRP Future Millionaire, it's got legs. I'm not talking about buying 100,000 tokens and getting to a millionaire, when it gets to a smaller number. I'm talking about the long game here. So I thought 10,000 tokens with the audience, especially for the fact, guys, we hold over 10,000 HBAR. We hold 30,000 plus IOTX, 160,000 VThor, VChain over 20,000, ZIL over 100,000, DGB over 300,000, XLM over 12,000, XRP over 10, but we'll just say 10. And then we're not even talking about XRP Healthcare, which I tried to help this entire audience at 1.7 cents. I said, this is the real sleeping giant of the bunch. Now it's up to 9 cents. I have over 60,000 of those. These have legs. This has legs. AMP, I had 400,000 AMP just 2 days ago before that pump. And I told everybody yesterday I sold out for the profits after, and I kept 100,000 AMP just to hold. I have VELO over 100,000 tokens. So these are legs that afforded me the opportunity from what I've done with XRP in the beginning. Not to mention, what did I say last week? Watch B2 gold, watch silver. We've been killing it in the precious metals game as well. And that goes outside of crypto. So, we can either continue to look at things and act like they're not happening at the alarming and quick rate they are, because I've foretold for a long time when it happened with XRP, it would go so quick. You're going to be looking for a retracement. It's never going to come until it hits the proper part. Everybody's waiting for this retracement. Everybody sold out. A lot of people sold out at $1.40. And I'm just like, it's not. When you have a technical target, and we broke out of the cup and handle, which targeted, and we're going to go over this. I'm going to go over this whole thing so we can break this down properly. If you're not part of Tom's army yet, I simply don't know why. If you've never sent a YouTube super chat with all this work I've done with over 3 years, 3.5 years, never missed a day, and went through got us not only to buy in the bear market of 21, sold out in the bull market at $1.66 when it failed to come up on the right shoulder. Then I told my audience, do not buy until sub 40 cents, even though I called the drop to 52 on the number from $1.66. I told my audience, don't buy until sub 40. We bought at 28, sold at 44. Then at 34 cents when they did quantitative easing, I proclaimed, you have to buy now. This is the moment. And it just sat in the holding pattern. We had one surge up, back down, sat in a holding pattern from about 48 to 56 cents for about a year. I kept saying it's the accumulation phase, over and over and over. And I said I would not be willing to call it a bull market until XRP did what? Break $1.37 and hold it, because that was the cup and handle breakout. Once you break out and hold that breakout and you move the depth of the cup, now you're ready for a bull market. And now, as you see, XRP held $1.27. It came through to $1.25, which is what it needed to do to break out of the previous level and back test. Then it came up over $1.37, appropriately held. And now the technical target here, I know we're at $1.79, what I predicted, but $2.22 is the target out of that 7-year consolidation. That's the first real target. The actual target, and when I used to talk about it at 50 cents, I go, oh my God, Tom, you're such a... It's not about being FUD, it's the targets. I put them out years in advance because that's the target if it plays out. But it was $5.60 something cents. I don't look as crazy at $1.73 as I did at 38 or 44, but I damn sure still look a little crazy to some because we're still only 30% of the way there. But remember, this is what I was talking about when we bought at 34 cents. Then we got to top it up a little bit at 38 if you paid attention. 19-cent move. So let's say you have a 35-cent average. For everybody today who bought it, and they bought at $1.60, let's just say this. They bought it at $1.63, 64. They made 12.4%. They woke up today happy. For us, because we bought at 34 cents, do you know what 18, 19-cent move means? That's a 65 to 70% move for us. Understand what I'm saying here. Like I said back then, I can buy 10,000 tokens for $3,400. I can't do 10,000 tokens for $17,000. When I sold 10,000 or 7,222 tokens or whatever it was at $1.66. I bought them back at 34 cents and now it's at $1.73. Instead of holding the whole time, you see what I'm saying here? Now all that money that I made has gone into all these other ISO and IoT tokens I've mentioned today, including my biggest sleeping giant I've talked about. It has a total circulating supply of 99.9 million. That's it. Million with an M, not a B. Million. And now it's at 9 cents. I'm telling you guys, when you see where XRP healthcare is going to go, XRP is not going to be our biggest gainer. But it's the ecosystem. So XRP Future Millionaire, hello. It's within what XRP created. Hello, with all the ISO and IoT that it's given us the opportunity to afford on the initial investment of $3,500 that propelled our account with XRP, XLM, and DGB. It was about a $4,700 total portfolio at the time. It expanded to like 18, 19,000. Now all of a sudden the portfolios, if you want to talk real, I don't want to talk real because they're so high now. Comparative to 21, I hit 18, 19,000. Right now, and we're not even in the midst, to me, the alt season is just starting. You know, and if I start going through the stuff, it starts to scare me a little bit because seeing everything that I've created the legs on, and then you talk about the precious metals that span from there as well, and then you talk about the commodities that have built up to over 15 or 13,000 right now, I believe, with what I have invested. But I mean, you talk about XRP healthcare, and like, that's another one where it's like it just sits there and we're just sitting it in the wallet. And now that's up to what, $5,400 just on XRP healthcare. You know, and that it just continues to move in the right direction. Then I start to look at some of the other accounts where I have my XLM and VThor and IOTX and ZIL and DGB and VChain on crypto.com, and I look and I'm like, oh my God, when did this happen? It's up to 17,800. It's like that, what the fuck? And then you go over to where I have my H bar and my VELO, and now all of a sudden you add on another 3,690. That's on top of our XRP healthcare. And we were buying it all dirt cheap. That's what I'm saying. I could never have afforded myself this opportunity now. Now we're not even talking about XRP. You figure it was 3,500. Now it's over 17,000. You know, so when you start talking about how you build in a bear market, this is what I always talk about. This is what I always talk about. And everybody's asking me for targets and yada, yada, yada right now. I'm going to get to all of that. But first you have to hear me preach a little bit, because all of this isn't done in the bull market. All of this is done when everybody thinks everything's a pile of garbage and nobody wants to buy it. And then everybody was so fearful because the crypto fear and greed index got up to extreme greed. And what did I say? You have to have greed and extreme greed to continue a bull market. How else do you want new money to come in when it's already up 300%? It's all greed. If you're buying XRP at $1.72 right now and you wouldn't buy it with me at 34, it's greed. If you didn't buy it for a year and a half when it was at 50 cents and now you're willing to drop 3 times more, that's greed. But you need it. We need it. You smell that that's the weak hands that wouldn't buy in the beginning, but now they're so afraid that they missed out. Oh man, it smells good, it tastes good, it feels good. For all the haters, for all the lovers, we do positivity over negativity here. So if you're in here, I kill with kindness and facts. The bottom line is I speak facts, so I don't have to worry about backing myself up, because I know I'm speaking from the heart and I'm speaking from the charts. So good morning, everybody. Laurel, welcome in. The Great Falling, good morning. There's a few people that said they'd apologize to me this morning if XRP didn't, if it actually made the surge, so we'll see if anybody really does. Leola says, I love you. What are the next targets? Do we see a big correction, or could we? Our technical move up here is still 222 in time. We're going to go over all of this. Let me get through some of the comments. We'll get rid of some of the people that maybe rub me the wrong way. Marvin, welcome in. Randad, good morning, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 2 years with the XRP 589 moon badge. If we don't get one person to join Tom's Army on this live, I would truly be disappointed. I see a lot of people not in Tom's Army. So Sab, welcome in. Tom R, good morning. Thanks for the kind words. Says, well done, Tom. Respect. Jackson, welcome in. Sexy predicts Tom. Yes, indeed. Jorge, welcome in, and thanks for being a very trusted mod and being in Tom's Army for over 3 months with the XRP Meteor. JW, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 2 years with the XRP 589 moon badge. Sam, welcome in, says Tom XRP. Why is there a deleted message? Jackson, I undeleted your message. It says very sexy. Scott says, wish you would remove comments from main screen so I can see. Sorry, how would you like me to be able to see all the comments? That's just something that I like to do. The only reason I have my phone on is because I can't possibly keep up in the beginning. And there's so many people talking. But I apologize that is bothering you. Night Owl, welcome in. Douglas says, screw the haters. Oh, I don't, we need the haters. I just like to call it out for what it is. Mo, welcome in. Thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 1 year with the I Told You So badge. Noah, thanks for being in Tom's Army for well over 2 years with the XP 589 moon badge. He said, there's a reason I kept a subscription to your channel. I greatly appreciate that. AS says, VELO such a disappointment. It shouldn't be. We were buying it at 009. What? It's only up 100% from the first buy. But look, don't be disappointed. That's an inverse head and shoulders here, my friend. Patience. It's a patience game. Big W reversal there. It's looking to break out just like XRP did yesterday. Don't be disappointed. Patience. The one thing that disappoints me with a lot of people is they have no patience. They miss out on a good thing because they want it to happen now. I said it was going to go to $1.78 yesterday with the chance it could. The $1.41 just needs to hold. I said it in the title. Once it went from $1.44 to $1.41, everybody lost their minds, even though it was right there in the title. It needed to do that for the confirmation of the bullish Gartley, and once it did that, we killed it in copy trading yesterday and today. We just killed it, and that doesn't even exist. My own personal leverage trading killed it. How about that? Let's see. GY's welcome. He says, thanks for everything you do. You called it, Tom. What support? Now, we'll talk about that. Roy Clipping, I hear Musk is going to buy XP. That was a FUD article pushed by a FUD YouTuber that does things for views. And like I said, everybody who gave that legs before it was warranted, you probably shouldn't watch them. Darren, welcome in. He says, you're the best, Tom. Call them out. Randad, good morning. I think I already said hi to you. Mohammed, welcome. 222 is the next target if it can get on top of 179, and we'll go over that very deeply. Sam, Brent, Rick, thanks Rick for being being a very trusted mod. Luke, Mary, welcome and love. Rex, I have a feeling this will be like 2000. Yep, that's what I'm feeling here. I told everybody I feel like this is going to be a super cycle. And it's going to be something we've never even seen. I don't even think 2017 could prepare us for it. I mean, the prices will go astronomical if it does 2017. But I told you guys, I cut my target small at $10 for a reason. Because I knew once we got to $10, that first double up would be everything for us. That first double up when somebody buys at 10 to get it to 20 and it's 100%. But for us, it's like a 30x. That's where we're finally going to be like, oh my God. It went up 100%. We made 100 grand. JNL, welcome in and thanks for being in Tom's Army for your first month with the emoji badge and me being abducted by aliens. XRP's biggest closer, thank you so much for the $5 donation. Says, Tom, you're the man, brother. You nailed this. I appreciate that. Oh, yeah, Jorge. Ant made me serious money. Serious money. Like I said, I bought it live on air and said, I'm not afraid at 5.2. It's about to break out. And I bought 200,000 tokens right on air after already having 250,000 tokens. So I had a hefty number in there and I cashed out. I told everybody. Besides 100,000, when I was up 68% yesterday when I woke up, then it went down to 28, and then it dropped 10% after that. So I did a great job. Mandoline says this is absolutely crazy gains. This is why I wanted everybody to be a part of this. That's why I wanted everybody to be a part of this. I'm still holding XRPH because of your fallout, 175. Excellent. Because of the call out. Yes, thank you so much for holding that. And I'm telling you, I'm not looking to sell it right now. And we're up huge right now. We're up big on XRP healthcare. It's better than a 4-bagger right now. Or roughly. Bader, welcome in. Noah, thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 2 years. The XP 589 Moon Badge. G-Wise, welcome. Sorry, I'm trying to get through all this. B, Luke, OE, welcome. Luke says everyone is going to be in disbelief. We be smiling, Tom. Absolutely. I said XRP was the easiest one to buy because it was showing us that it was stable. Everybody got mad, but we didn't have that crazy up and down. That's what we needed. We showed stability for almost it was unbelievable that so many people refused to buy it. Craig, welcome in and thanks for being in Tom's Army for your first month with the emoji badge and me being abducted by aliens. And thank you for paying it forward, my friend. Ammo, welcome in and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 1 year with the I Told You So badge and going above and beyond, sending a $4.99 donation. This feels really good to get some of these pay it forward moments. I always tell you guys, there's nothing more motivating than somebody willing to spend their hard-earned money. And I know a lot of you want to see the charts, but I have to do my due diligence here. Let's see. I went to Kyle Kupiak, welcome in Cape Cod. Kyle from Massachusetts, not Florida, like I so many times said improperly. And been in Tom's Army for getting close to a year now, which is fantastic. Alfonso, welcome in. I'm at 57 cents. Beautiful. Beautiful. This is exactly why I don't trade and just hold coins with utility and conviction. Oh, absolutely. You're up 118,000 on XRP. 777s, congratulations. Literally. Makes me so happy. Just seeing people strive. B says, I got 20,000 XRP healthcare because of you, Tom. Thanks. Well, you are welcome. Serb says, dude, take a chill pill. No need to yell. It's a good day. I'm not yelling. This is just how I talk. I'm Italian. If this is yelling to you, you would have hated me in 2021, my friend. Juan Brito, welcome in and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 6 months with the XP Predictor. Sean, welcome in, my main man from Maine. Also, a very trusted mod said, hey, TFAM, I consolidated Theta and Band as well as XRP Millionaire in 24. Oh, but Sean, you're doing great. And he made a killing on Turbo, too. And he let the audience know about Turbo. So I covered TA on it for some time. Mario Louise Willamese, welcome in. So now that we're caught up, let me do the intro. And if you're new here, we do things a little bit differently here. We kill them with kindness. Dennis, thank you for the $2.99 donation. And we're positivity over negativity. We are not the victim here. We never have been, and we never will be the victim here, no matter how many times somebody tries to play it in the audience. Oh, I'm not caught up, am I? But no, we're not the victim here. We're the winners here. So being a winner, you have to have all the information from a news and charting perspective to make an educated and informed decision. Calvin Wilson, thank you so much for making me the happiest person in the world today. Join Tom's Army just now on the live. We don't need to do anything else. We've had donations. We've had positivity. We've had no new members of Tom's Army. This is all gravy now. Jasper sends his first number one fan sends SEK100. I don't know what that breaks down to in American, but I really appreciate that $100 in your own currency because that's $100 out of your pocket, my friend. Thank you so much for that. Seriously, thank you so much for that. Calvin, thank you for being in Tom's Army. Just joining. I'm glad that you appreciate the people here. Crazy Pole, thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 3 months with the XRP Media. And yes, hit those like buttons. I think I'm catching up here. Dennis, thanks for being for the $2.99 donation. Your first YouTube super chat. That's incredibly generous. Like, seriously. Oh, I know. Yeah, if when this moons are $10 and beyond, don't gloat or say told you so to your friends that will destroy. No. We do it with humility. I didn't speak or point out at anybody in particular. I just said from what I was updating yesterday, not about I told you to buy here, we should have bought there. It was one of the, if you didn't buy there and you want to buy here, that's the question I ask people. I agree with you. You have to do it with humility. You have to do it with humility. Power Gear sends a $10 donation, said Tom abducted by aliens. You know, that could be how we became the world's strongest AI program, as some of you call me. George, thank you for being Tom's on for over 3 months and also the $4.99 donation. Taylor, welcome in, and I'm so glad to see you're still in Tom's Army for over 2 years now with the XP 589 Moon Bid. She's been supporting me, and back in the beginning when I'd get mocked a lot, she used to send nice comments when I needed them the most. Certain people did back when it was not the show you see in front of you now, because a lot of people thought that I was just trying to scam people. And then they thought when I sold XRP that I was really trying to like rug pull the community, but I was just trying to warn the community, hey, we're going down and you're going to get this opportunity of a lifetime. The man himself, good morning, Tom. Thanks, XRP Broska, for the $4.99 donation. GWise has done so much for the XRP. And you've sent so many, GWise, you've sent me monetary donations. Like, I know people who have sent me it in the past. So, like, you're part of the reason I can do what I do and the way I do it. So, anyhow, let's get past this. We're going to do the intro. Remember, we want to be helpful in this community, not hurtful. Even though we see a lot of hurtful things in the comments, direct them to me. You know, not today we're not seeing destructive, but if you want to do something negative or destructive, just direct it to me in the comments. Just let the army have their fun. Let the community embrace here, because we've been told a lot of things over the past so many years. So helpful, not hurtful. Kindness, not rudeness. We are the light here, not the darkness. And being the light, we will get a lot of darkness here because light attracts dark. But the one thing that can extinguish the dark is the light. The power of love over hate always wins. It always wins. When you have love in your heart instead of hate, and you start to unite with people, the beauty you'll see and the things you can accomplish. I couldn't do this by myself. I could do XRP, XLMD, the ones I knew. But like Tanya encouraged me, do not miss out on H-bar. So I bought it at 4.8 cents this time around. I've had some that showed me what the power of VeChain was in 2021. I knew about ZIL. Somebody else showed me the power of VThor. Somebody else in the audience showed me the power of IOTX. I had somebody show me the power of, in this community, the power of VELO, the power of AMP. I knew about XRP Healthcare. I tried to show the power of it to people. Algo, IOTA, all these ones. And Algo's killing it now, up 26% to 40 cents. Like, I understand you can't hold them all, but IoT and ISO tokens of utility, this is where the future's at. This is where the future's at. That's why we're surging right now in utility tokens. I know in my heart that Ethereum, I have exposure to Ethereum, as some of you know, more than I usually do, because I never have exposure to Ethereum. But I know in my heart that it broke out of this consolidation. It not only did that, it back tested here. And there is a broadening wedge here as well. I don't know how that got deleted, but we've had it up. See the marker that I made on Ethereum? And then we're going to go into XRP. But this is what tells us that alt season is going to surge. I told everybody if Ethereum broke out of this resistance at 3,531, that alt season was going to start. And it's not the traditional alt season like I've been trying to explain for 2 weeks. It's different. This is different. We've never had this kind of cycle where the U.S. is literally looking to have a Bitcoin, you know, basically a fund and just the transfer into digital. So now we had the perfect back test here, created the inverse head and shoulders. I decided to buy it back now on this breakout attempt on the back test. And I told myself, if it came back down here, I'm buying it. I told everybody yesterday after I sold at 3,600. When it hit this resistance, 3,560, I think 3,650 or something. And I said I'd buy it back if and when it came down and consolidated. and I decided to buy, I think it was 3,590 something. And now I'm looking to ride it up to 3,700. And then if we break out of this broadening wedge and we come to 3,800, which would tap the downtrending resistance that's attached to the all-time highs, the technical move out of here off of this short-term bull flag is all the way up at 39.87. But the long-term target could get us to like 7,000 if it played out. So there's a lot I'm looking at for Ethereum to see if we can continue. So now let's go into the charts because I tried to talk through the moment to where we get to consolidation a little bit. And I think we're there now. So let me get to that. $5 from Papa Wheelie. Thank you for being in Tom's Army for 2 months with the Dusted Autos Crypto News, and says Sunny Days is here again. We'll probably hear Sunny Days sometime today as well. Verified Value, thank you for the $9.99 donation as well. It says I was in Tom's Army well over a year as Don Jackson changed my bank account and realized I'm no longer paying it forward. Appreciate everything you do for us. Oh, I really appreciate that, my friend. I really appreciate that. That's awesome, man. I appreciate that. And thank you for being in Tom's Army. That means a lot to me. Or at least paying it forward, like you said, but you were in Tom's Army. I understand what you're saying. So, all right, let me get to this now. XRP, we're going to see where we had to break it. And I apologize if I can't get through all the comments. I didn't waste time, but we got to get through this so that we can actually see what's going on. And man, we're surging. So we had that target out of here at $1.77 or $1.78, depending on the chart. But I want to look at this now. I want to look at what we're looking at here for the grand scale. And if you're new, actually, let's start on the cup and handle first here. So if you're new, and let me get rid of some of these short targets. Because we don't need this here. I'm trying to make this a little cleaner because we didn't have to worry about that. $1.59 broke. Now we're at that $1.77. So we'll know our new consolidation here. $1.37, $1.18 is still important. Rising channel is still important because you want to have past history in case we have a future drop. So what we've been talking about for the entire year, this cup that was formed when everybody thought it was bearish because on that, and everything lines up for a reason. When Judge Annalisa Perez last July said XRP was not a security, we had a surge. We created the cup. Now we had to go through the long, sustained handle. Now we also had a rising channel, so we knew at some point we'd have to cut like 40, 50%, which we did. Down back to 38 cents, which gave everybody a golden opportunity, one of the ages. Inverse left shoulder, inverse head, inverse right shoulder. Out of the cup and handle still maintained its integrity. So now you start to look at targets initially. The handle in white is the white target and handle. And I was getting a lot of crap for this, which I appreciated because I couldn't believe. And I kept saying, we're so afraid to buy it now, but we were willing to buy it at $1.70, $1.80, $1.50. And it was just amazing, the transformation the human condition will give you. So this was our first target out of here, $1.18, successfully hit, held. Then our actual target out of the cup and handle, you measure the depth of the cup. It made it $1.37. We appropriately had timed where the breakout would have to be. Hit, broke, held. Now the next target out of the consolidation, because you have to do it step by step now, because we've broken out of the short term now. Now, it looked too easy. We had a nice pennant flag here, and it was like, this is too easy. I circled it and said, here's our leverage trade. Made a killing. Then I said, oh my God, look at this bullish consolidation. I kept talking about it on Thanksgiving yesterday as well. And I did a live yesterday on Thanksgiving when I first woke up for about an hour. And everybody could have been a part of this. Massive W reversal. Massive bullish consolidation here. Massive flag. And then everything is lined up here. All we needed was that W reversal to finish off and then to create the back test at $1.41. That's it. And the only reason we needed that is because it back tested the pattern breakout. Then it consolidated down, created that W. And then it was just out. And now when you look at this, it's like, is it really that easy to do technical analysis? Yes. If you understand the fundamental setup, yes. The problem with technical analysis, if it breaks through, then everybody says the technical analysis is trash. No, that's not true. It just didn't play true. But if it does, and it should, like on this, I kept saying it's about a 78% chance to play out when it started in the cup and handle, because it's still supposed to be bullish. I think at one point I got to like 87%. But that's because you have to be honest in all of it. So now, that we finish those targets. And I appreciate everybody commenting. Make sure to hit that like button as we have, look at this, 439 people here, only 172 likes. We could make such a killing here with the ones who have never seen us and be positive here. But make sure to hit that like button. Not even half of my, not even 40% have hit the like button. If you guys, I can guarantee if you guys hit that like button right now, we'll make a new record with viewers. The most viewers I've ever had at one time is 476. If you hit that like button, I promise you, we're going to get people in here that can help push the agenda of what we're trying to accomplish here. We're not at 34 cents anymore like when we bought, okay? And we didn't hold through 21. We sold at $1.66 on a 47-cent average after it came down and got rejected on the right shoulder. Then we didn't buy back until so. Like, there's nothing more I can do to put us in a position that we need to be. I don't do one-year targets. I do pattern targets. I can show you the setup targets, but I don't fall for that. I don't do that. No offense. I can't do targets. It's not what I do. As far as like, oh, it's going to hit this in a year, because that only leads you for failure. Just saying. If you start talking about XRP, we will like. Well, if you can't appreciate what I do to talk to each and every one of you, you know, maybe our mindsets aren't where they need to be. I've been talking about XRP for almost 4 years. You should appreciate it and hit the like button when you come in, just because I come on. But I can understand what you're saying. What have you done for me lately kind of thing. Maybe I'd get that. Yeah, you know. But we got to, you know, that's what I mean. It's the give and take. How much can you give with so many taking? How much do you really want to give with so many taking and not wanting to give that same positivity back? You know what I'm saying? So what we have here is we have a very big pattern breakout. And over time, the cool thing about this is if this doesn't consolidate here and it breaks out, we don't even have to do a bigger consolidation, because technically that's just a short-term target here that would have to complete at about $1.98 still. But coming out of here, we've got targets. We've got targets. So the first big target out of this almost 7-year consolidation, and I've had this up for so long, we've referenced it for so long until I was blue in the face, was $2.22. And that's measuring it from right here and saying, okay, well, we have a true consolidator here. So if you measure it, the depth from here to here, it gets you to 222. If you measure it from here to the first consolidatory swing low, and it started in January of 2018 when we hit the high, then it took 27 months to come down to March of 2020. Well, once that happened, we've also created where we can do a technical target after this entirety consolidates and then breaks out. So we had to wait through the consolidation for almost 7 years. Now that it broke out and everybody was so concerned, it's like, ladies and gentlemen, if we understand fundamentals, you understand why this was so big. The breach up, back testing finally, and now pushing out. The technical target out of this is $5.49. So I know it sounds crazy, but that's the technical target. I don't know when it's going to hit. All I know is if it plays true, our 34-cent buy, and this is what I was aiming at the entirety of this pattern, which is why I knew when it hit that rejection at $1.98 in 2021, I knew we were screwed. Because all it did was it confirmed that we're in this descending consolidation. Okay. And go to your mom's? Okay. Will you do it before you leave? Thank you.
And I found my sweater.
Oh, good. I was hoping you would be able to find that.
It was in my car with my money.
Ooh. You got the card?
Yeah.
Okay. So XRP, we'd be looking at a 1,500% move from where we bought it, if it gets there. That's just the bottom line. And this morning, I didn't get to come on even when I wanted to as early because my water tank went out. So I have to get a new water tank put in tomorrow. But whoever lived here before me, they put in the shittiest. They put in a ream and then they bought it from Home Depot and did it themselves. So I bought a commercial grade water tank. I just need a 40 gallon, but I paid an extra like $300-400 for commercial grade. Because I've been buying all commercial grade stuff for my house now. If it's good enough for the commercial grade, or not commercial, consumer grade, or commercial, business grade. I don't want to buy consumer grade stuff anymore. It's cheap, in my experience. Verified says, okay, I seen that. Let me refresh this because I missed something. Somebody sent a donation. That's why I have to keep going to my phone. It's just moving so fast. Just moving so fast. But that's where we set up here. So, the King, thank you so much for your third YouTube super chat. To the 100-fold returns coming to you. Sends a $7 donation. I mean, sky's the limit for us. We don't know exactly how high it can go. I just stuck it with the $5 to $10 move for a long time. Phantom Duska, thanks for the $20 donation. Third YouTube super chat says, God is with you. X, love, and gratitude, Tom. Stay strong. Continue to live truth. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And I know I offended people because I said you got to hit that like button. And look, see how people leave? They got mad at my tone. But we're going to kill them with kindness. Now that I can get back to my traditional self, I got everything out that I need to get. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you for pushing the community. And thank you for believing in XRP, and not only XRP, but myself included. Now it's a little bit easier to trust me, but not in 2021, because it appears everybody who does technical analysis here, it's kind of like a dime a dozen, because we're just pushing we're going to go up 1,000x instead of giving real value. So that's why I appreciate it. But not just I do, this community. So now we need to figure it out. So what could be forming here for XRP? It's tough. It's really tough here to say, okay, we've broken out of this part of the pattern. What comes next? Well, I do know what comes next in terms of if we can get on top of $1.78 roughly, that's going to open the door to the 2021 resistance at $1.98. That's going to be our key tell sign of when we're signaled to the first real target of $2.22. And could you imagine when it's at $2.22, buying it at 34 cents for 3,400, now it's worth 22,000 right there at 10,000 tokens. So, but we got to be honest with ourselves now. Where could we have formed an uptrend? Because I'm seeing something starting. That if we want to consolidate down, I'm seeing something. And we don't have to be afraid of it because this was the consolidatory breakout. So now as long as we hold this uptrend, it's parabolic. And I know some of you have been a part of this before, but as long as that uptrend holds, it keeps going. So we got an X marks the spot moment, maybe at $1.60. Remember the breakout at $1.60? We had that target. First target was $1.59 yesterday. That was a big resistance there. $1.59, $1.60. And then once we got on top of that, it signaled $1.78, which we've succeeded. But it very well could pass back through here because we had the resistance right about here. So let me see where this would exactly line up. Right about there. So let's say it consolidated out and we need to build some steam. And this is where some people would say, oh, it's over. XRP's done. But if it consolidates out like that, that would probably be the most bullish route here, you know, to kind of clear off some of this steam here. So if you're asking me, that would probably be my first area I would look at. I think that would be the first area I look at, around that $1.62 area. And then if we hold that next target, assuming we get on top of that, here, let's put this $1.78 because this was the target out of here. Basically hit it on this chart. But if it gets on top of that and holds it, then you start talking about the $1.98 threshold. I want to put this at $1.78 because that's what it was. So if it gets on top of there, then you start talking about the bigger move to $1.98. And we talked yesterday a lot, and this was something that was giving it away to us, that we were about to have a nice rally. So when we looked at XRP, I always talk about the long versus short liquidations. How many people are getting liquidated in XRP via long or shorts? And for several days, we had way too many long liquidations. Like, look at this. And this wasn't so bad here. We had 18 million short to 15 million long, but then you see where it starts flipping. 18.2 million long liquidations to 14.9. This is across all exchanges. 20.4 million on the 23rd liquidated in longs on XRP, but started clearing up some steam. Only 7.8 million. And in regard, it's still a lot. 18.2 million to 7.6 million in shorts liquidated, and it just continues to hammer the longs. This is where we finally started flipping over a little bit yesterday with the move, but when I was talking about it, the longs were still getting liquidated 2-to-1 yesterday to the shorts, and it was a perfect condition for it. And now you look at it here, the longs once again this morning, believe it or not, are being out liquidated versus the shorts because we got some FOMO in, likely at that $1.76 area. Either $1.76 to $1.78, we got FOMO. And now with the drop down to $1.71, they got liquidated. So you never want to go in with the herd. You want to be by yourself. So when everybody was saying that it wasn't a good idea to buy yesterday or to be part of this because it never goes up, that's the time to buy it. So I get a lot of my information when people are being rude in the comments. And I actually took out more exposure on a leverage trade than I normally do. Because I said, hey, if there's so much negativity here, it's the perfect time to rise. Because everybody's expecting the drop. So, yep, XRP just flipped BNB for number 5 on market cap. Excellent. It's got to get back to its rightful spot at number 3 is what it's aiming for. Total market liquidations, if you looked at it, it really did warrant a reversal. 349 million on the 23rd to 141. So really what this means is 490 million people were liquidated in crypto. Instead of holding spot positions, $490 million went to the house. And people like you and I no longer have those funds. The next day, 415 million in longs to 137 million in shorts. That's another $550 million liquidated. That's in 2 days, $1 billion worth of money from you and I was liquidated market wide. Think about this. Another 467 million liquidated here. Again, 3-1 in longs versus shorts liquidated. Then it started to flip a little bit on the 26th, 27th, right back to the BS because it was a fake signal, which it wasn't, but now we came down and created the second part of most of the market's bullish Gartley reversals or the W's or the second tap of support to verify the re-breakout. And then today it started flipping. 121 million in shorts liquidated to 59 million in longs. Again, even with the huge rally in the market, $180 million found its way out of hands like you and I into the market makers, the exchanges. So you don't want to be giving away all of your money to the market makers. I'm telling you this right now. In Ethereum, I'm going to show you another reason why it's a perfect condition here. It's starting to become a condition here where Ethereum could make a break. We had a couple days where it was out of whack, and then look at this. 47 million in shorts liquidated to 8.88. Then it comes back the next day when everybody would expect it to be up, and at 2-1's the long liquidations of the shorts. Now today it's starting to roll back in the favor of the shorts being liquidated. Right now it's at 3,600. We're on that. Are we going to break out? This is, to me, the big key, and we're going to go to XLM after this. This is the big key in the market right now for me. Is Ethereum finally ready to break out? Which it looks like, if I'm being honest with myself, I'm going to take the small profit that I have because I see a better opportunity for entry. And plus, it's a leverage trade, so if I can see a better opportunity, I made good money overnight. I'm certainly not looking to ruin that. So I'm going to get rid of this even, literally even. It's up 31 cents. And I'm going to try to get the entry on Ethereum because I wrote it up initially, and then I tried to buy it back to see if it would break out, but it's very clear it's not going to yet. So if I can get it back at like 35.52, that's where I would target because that's the back test of the breakout. And I think if I'm looking at this correctly, and you guys can tell me if I'm looking at 2 layers here. If I'm looking at 2 layers, boom, boom. Then if it comes out, you can get the validation right here that this inverse head and shoulders is proper. I would take a shot there, and I would probably put the stop loss somewhere around 3,400, 3,420. So likes are getting there. Let's go. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So I think that's what I'm looking at for Ethereum. I'm going to try to buy back in there. I sold it for a 30-cent gain on that last leverage trade because it's not looking like what I want. I want to get that back test, and I don't think there's any point for me to sit in it if I can just get it there. But like, I'm happy with how things are going, you know? I'm happy with the stuff right now. The only other thing I had exposure to, and we have Doge as well, me and Julie. I always forget to say that because it's in her account. I sent it to her holdings because she loves it. But I had a leverage trade on Doge earlier that I sold out. Let me see. I made 27%. So now I'm just waiting to see if these holding patterns. And if I look at this, with how far this came back, this makes sense. Because if I'm just saying that maybe this is not the right shoulder, this is just a W reversal, right? Which means we have to come down here somewhere near 35 63 is where I'm saying. Somewhere between there, and as long as we don't invalidate this, so we would want to hold somewhere over here. So let me see this. See, this is not proper. This is supposed to be a little bit higher. See how it hits right there? So that's why it wasn't making sense. I'm glad I looked at that. So, and then this was like this. So the back test right now, if you're looking for an entry on Ethereum, 3,562. Stop loss, I would put it at 3,482.22 is what I'm going to put it at probably. Give it time, but if it invalidates this structure, I know it's for nothing. So I'll take a shot there on Ethereum. I've already made good money on the way up because I bought it at 3,300 initially and 3,000 in the first time around. But that's not a big risk, so let me see. I would like to get this to where it's like a 10%, maybe a little bit more. Like a $15 risk. Well, I'd be spending probably $300. Okay, I'm not going to make everybody go too far. 3,480 area is fine. 3,480, because if it comes below that, it's going to invalidate that inverse head and shoulder setup and the W reversal and the back test of this pattern breakout. That looks like a bullish consolidation, so now we're just looking for the back test. But, you know, with everything, it might not happen exactly as planned. But that's what I'm looking at. It seems to line up perfectly with XRP when everybody asked me the consolidation. I said it makes sense to come down here. Probably either 158 area. No, 162. Actually, 159 would work as well because that was the first breakout target here. Then it got on top of there. Then we had that small resistance at 163. And then the target was 178. So, you know, it hit the target. So we can't be mad. We cannot be mad. The only people that are mad right now didn't buy it and front run that move. So, and now it's another waiting game. Now we had that beautiful push. And now, like I always say in the morning, a lot of times when the U.S. is starting to go about business, you know, now you get the consolidation a lot of times. So, just remember, be this. Be this. Joy. I know it's backwards, but joy. Have some joy. Be positive. Be happy. Because 1 month ago, XRP was at 48 cents. 1 month ago, XLM was at 9.5, 10 cents. 1 month ago, things were not like we see it right now. $5 donation from 777 DW Brown says, Tom, would you move any XRP into XLM? I'm up $118,000 in XRP. Or do I leave? Man, that's up to you. But all I can say from a perspective of where we were at and where we've come from, I bought XLM at the same time I bought XRP. And mind you, XLM's got a huge inverse head and shoulders here, which could very well be right for a move down to 43 cents. That's what I'm saying. Some of these might validate these moves and try not to invalidate the inverse head and shoulders here and try to show support. But here's why it's tough for me to start. If I was going to send anything from anything, I wouldn't go from XRP to XLM. Let's go from 8.5. That's up 500% from where I bought it. XRP, we know, was at 34 cents when we bought it at the same time. So you can see the differentials on movement. Poo-poo, Julie?
Yeah.
Excellent.
You might have another one in a little bit.
Yep.
I don't know if you finished.
And then XRP's up about 384%. Where I would probably turn, and I was saying, you know, if there was something there that hasn't achieved what the others have, and it's hard to say, like, I wouldn't do a lateral move anywhere. Because if you're willing to get rid of XRP to move into XLM, I don't think it would be a smart move to go into something that's outpaced XRP. At the same time, unless you're buying into a different kind of sector, like XRP, XLM, and XDC seem to be tied at the hip. So if you're going from one to the next, it's kind of a unilateral move. Unless you do it from the beginning, before the big move happens. It's tough right now. It's tough right now to say you're just going to buy out. I would probably say in that scenario, XDC just buy. But XDC is also up a significant amount from when, you know, it started its consolidation. You're talking about, for XDC, if you talk in the same token of breath, it was down here at 0.008 in November. Or, this isn't, is it? Is that where it was at right before the breakout? Yeah, so No, that was, wait a minute, I'm not even on the right chart. I was going to say that's not right. XDC never went to 009, but that was 9 cents on XLM. So XDC, that sounds good. About 2.6. So, I mean, you figure XDC is only done in the same time frame, about 123%. Although it did go down to like 1.9 earlier in the year, so you had a little bit more, but it doesn't seem to have had the same volatile move. To me, the one that I still keep looking at, I'm like, I can't believe that this opportunity still exists. Guys, gals, what kind of flag is this on DGB? And I can only say it for so long. And I'll get this out of the way. But what kind of flag do you see? Downtrending resistance on a flagpole, uptrending support on a flagpole. If it plays out, what kind of flag is this? I would love to know from my audience. Do you know? Is this a bull flag? Is this a pennant flag? Is this a, I don't know, you tell me. I don't want to give it away. And this is one of the most bullish consolidations, by the way, in technical analysis after a surge. FYI. If XDC does it properly, you should be looking over 9 cents. If I'm being honest. I see some correct answers. It is, in fact, to me, a pennant flag. Just like I believe this was a pennant flag. It just came down underneath the pennant flag to create the inverse head on that pattern. So I believe we created a bigger version of this pennant flag above. So the technical target out of here, the consolidation, let's say it breaks here, would be 1.4. But the entirety of this pattern, if this is actually a pennant flag and it breaks out, because it is a pennant flag, it's not if it is. If it plays out properly, I mean, you get a big move here. It's a nice move for DGB. So from where it's at right now, and the best buy would be on the pennant flag at 103 uptrend. The problem is you don't know if it's ever going to go back that low. 30%, and then you're looking at about a 50% surge here from where it's at. Now, obviously, if it comes down to the bottom of the pennant flag, it's about a 6% drop still. So the market is doing that consolidation we talked about. I feel very good about the fact we talked about this. XRP was at $1.74. And we talked about that $1.63 or $1.59 back test. So this is how they liquidate. Remind you. I didn't sell the Ethereum at, for no reason because I wanted to. Because I could just hold it. I like to try to be finesse. So now I start to watch it at a very minute level. So anyhow, let's go into XLM because Julie's going to be leaving soon. So I'm going to have to get off this live. It's already been 52 minutes. She's going to the store with her mom for Black Friday. And I'm going to watch my son, and I want to make sure that I'm engaged with him, so. But XLM, somebody asked for a target in this this cycle. XLM's not finished yet. I think it's going to come up and take out the high here at some point. XRP still has a lot of room to take out its high as well. But I think XLM is still, even where it's at, it might not be undervalued for the run it's made, but long-term it's undervalued still. It might be overvalued for anybody who hasn't bought it yet because now you're going to end up watching, and I can almost see in my head what's going to happen here. I'm telling you right now, Black Friday, you want a discount? Inverse left shoulder, inverse head. This inverse right shoulder would have to come down somewhere to about there. I mean, if it wants to do it properly, it would have to create this, and maybe that's how it does, like boom, boom, and out. But they're going to do something here. Like, the market needs a correction. Now, we had such a... That's why Thanksgiving surge, man. Thanksgiving surge. Yeah, we're up to 307 likes. I appreciate that. 331 people are at the end. So before I leave, I want to make sure that I do sunny days because Julie's leaving. And I'm going to go deal with my son and hang out with him. So I'm going to end this after sunny days. All right, I love you. Please be safe. Okay, let me know. It's snowing a little bit. Or did it stop now? No spook. I love you. So, ladies and gentlemen, be safe, please. Before I leave, we do this in times of sorrow, and we do this in times of gratitude, but mostly when people are feeling a little discombobulated. Ladies and gentlemen, I know what time it is. Do you know what time it is? And I've been doing this since 2021 when I barely had anybody follow me, and now we're over 28,400 and I'm still doing it. Ladies and gentlemen, the sun. Sunny days are here again. Oh, sunny days. Oh, what a day. Oh, sunny days. Oh, what a day. I wear glasses 'cause I can't see a motherfucking thing. Happy days. Oh, happy days. Oh, what a day. Oh, happy days. Oh, what a day. XRP will reign supreme. Let's just not let's just not forget the fun. I love this too much. Sorry, I'm trying to create this. Oh, we're gonna crash and we will and we have and we won't and we will and we won't and we will and we won't. Oh yeah. Stay true. Stay blessed. Don't buy the horse manure. Stay true. Stay blessed. Stay focused. Not unhumbled. You got to stay humbled with humility. Here's the bottom line. He's smoking his stogie because everybody told him that it wasn't going to happen. I'm not sure what this is right here. Hopefully we're not getting into some bad habits here, huh? But no, we're just spoon feeding the next pump is what we're doing here. Haha, you spend too much time with kids. Oh, I do. I got 3 kids and you know, my one child is special needs, so and he got into a very bad accident when he was 6 months old. So you gotta do it in a certain light, my friend, a certain light. So, and the other thing I'm happy to see here is that gold's up about 22 bucks an ounce. B2 gold's back up to 290, which not much of a move, but it's back up from 278 here. Fortuna Silver Mines hanging on. Silver's up about 1.6%. So good start here. Good start. Good start. So, man, do I appreciate each and every one of you. You have no idea. No idea. But have a blessed day, everybody, and we'll be back. I just want to go hang out with my son. Julie just left, so we'll be back.